Welcome back. As part of New Zealand Book Month, we have been chatting with some local authors. Our next author, Kim Donaldson, has had some recognition from the US.
So what is your book, Making Love a Priority, about?
Well, it's about understanding love and how to make this your daily priority. It's about a really fulfilling relationship that we can all have with ourselves, with our friends, family, and the world around us, really. Yes, it's about being in an unconditional state of love, seeing, feeling, experiencing this. And
What inspired you to write the book?
well, just a general look at the state of affairs all over the world today. Health, well-being, the environment. And the fact that it was the largest Googled question around the world, what is love? And my desire to contribute to humanity that is more loving, fulfilled, whole, happy, and sort of responsible, contributing type of, yeah.
And because your book has actually been developed for those who are not so big on reading, what does this mean?
Well, this means that it's really fun and easy to read, that it engages the readers on many levels. It kind of just brilliantly gives all readers the experience of all the flavours of love.
Because your work, it's almost poetry-like. I mean, would you describe yourself as an author, a poet, or both?
Well, yes, you're a poetic author. This is like an authentic signature of Khmer writings. They have a flow and rhythm, so they are poetic, yes, and quite catchy.
And do you do the illustrations as well?
No, Hilary, I don't. My children have done the illustrations. I would like to in the future, yeah. For sure.
And because they almost paint the words, don't they, in your book?
Yes, they do. They describe the words. So for children that are not so big on reading, the words describe exactly what the pictures, the illustrations describe exactly what the words on the pages are saying.
And even your adult book, like the illustrations are quite beautiful, and like they kind of almost create a feeling of love, don't they?
Yes, thanks. The colours, yes.
Yeah. Because you also wrote The Flavours of Love for Children. How did you develop the idea into a children's book?
Well, this is another authentic signature of Khmer writings because I always bring my books out in twos. There's always a book for little children from 3 to 10, and then like the big brother, more for adults, more informative, yeah.
So why did you do that?
That's just how I roll. That's just how I do them. I always have, and I'm just about to begin my next lot of books, and it's exactly the same. I have already in mind the Littlies book, and really the next book is purely, they're an extension of one another.
Is there quite a different, do you find it harder to do either, or?
Well, it's a lot of fun doing the children's books, but equally as much fun doing the adults' books. Really, my style of writing, it aims at the child within all of us, so the child within the adults. So it's a beautiful reminder, you know, to lighten up, go easy on yourself, don't take life so seriously. You know, every day, even in the smallest of ways, to make the time to play and not just work.
But do you find it challenging to almost to change, because I imagine you'd have to change the way you write and the vocabulary that you use as well. Do you find that challenging to kind of switch between the two?
Not at all. No, as I said earlier, they're just an extension of one another, so it just flows, yeah.
And because your goal is to contribute to a more fulfilling educational system. How do you hope to achieve that?
Well, through my books, through seeing the books in preschools and kindies, high schools, universities. It's always been a goal of mine to contribute to a more fulfilling education system. I feel that too many kids are completing school and they're completely empty and unfulfilled and no idea where they're going. So yeah, that's the aim of my books.
Do you think that we need to be teaching more emotional teachings rather than just academic stuff in our education systems?
Yes, Hilary, for sure. Know yourself and understand, and how to take time when you need time. There's often so many expectations put on us from really young teenagers and even as adults, and that desire for more, more, more. The children remind us every day of the simplicities, slow down and be in the moment and stop striving outside of ourselves.
And do you try to capture that in your children's books, that kind of real simple, just play and relax kind of feel?
Absolutely.
Because one of your articles has been published in an American magazine, and that's a big deal. Tell us about that.
Yes, that is, the article's named Love from the Child's Perspective. And it's fantastic, really. It's almost like a combination of both the books together. It's about, look at your own children and children around you, grandchildren really, how they live fully in the moment. How that, it's in the air, it's air that I breathe, the food, the water, the language, but from one to another, the giving of gifts, or reminding others of forgiveness. I love doing this article. It's really beautiful. Actually, it's on my website, so if anyone's interested, have a look at the full article. Yeah, it's fantastic.
And Kim recently received an honouring award from the US. Just ahead, the events of New Zealand Book Month.